Alright guys, welcome back to Final Fantasy XVI. I'm your host, Jedediah, once again. And today, doing some filler missions. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Oh yeah, the skies. It's gonna rain. I figure to warm up, we'll do some of these hunting stuff. The Croc Sandbreck. Okay. Oh. 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 Okay. Baywatch. The Croc. Wait, there's a whole area like right here. Would that be the Croc? Alright, let's find out.
First we find Isabel.
First we do this. Well, the sky's all purple and shit. That's kind of cool. Okay.
Come on. Faster!
Oh yeah, we have Bahamut now. Oh, I forgot. We haven't played in so long. Okay, that's how it works. Okay. Oh. Guess we have no choice on this one. We weren't exactly here to kill you, but sure.
If that's what I think it is, this isn't gonna be easy.
I don't get it. So I have to keep dodging.
Too slow.
Ah, shit. Oh, shit. Okay. Shit. Oh, wait, you can... Oh! Okay, let me try that again. Let me try that again. So we can like cast it and then... so when we cancel it, we can do some shit and then attack it again. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Holy shit, can you keep going? Ow. Oh, and you can gain 1 Mega Flare for perfect dodge. I'm trying to see when can I use that in like a combo sense.
Rest well. I know I will.
Anyways, oh, there's also this too down there. We'll check this area later. Oh god, are these spiders? How do I get the local map? The Croc. That's my favorite combo to do. Oh. Oh, that's Torgal. The Advent. Okay, that's Advent, so... Alright, let's go there. That's where we are. Yeah, we'll check this one. Okay, now that we're
Come
warmed
on.
up. We're warmed up for the warm up.
Run like the wind.
I like this purple, or like, yeah, this purple haze in the sky. Looks pretty cool.
Time to fight.
Nope. Can't be bothered. Alright. Mornbrum. Alright, this open area right here. What's that? What is that? Hold up.
Straight home now.
What is this? Oh. Yeah. Raging Fist. Are we even using this? We're not even using Raging Fist, so Ring of Marksman. Increase the will damage of magic? What the fuck is that? This is Elden Ring, what the fuck? What game is this? Right. Okay. Charge magic. More shots. And it's a better square combo finisher than a magic burst. Okay. That's what people think. Ring of Marksman. I don't get it. So is it increasing my magic damage? I don't know what it is exactly, but the Ring of the Marksman doesn't seem to boost any damage whatsoever, not the magic cast nor the magic abilities. This is Will of the which is supposed to increase combo damage by 5%. Huh. Will damage is stagger damage. Oh! Okay. This is better stagger. Okay. If I use magic. Okay, that's useful. Oh, we're not going back. Alright, if it's not here, we're looking it up. Oh. What the fuck? Cutscene. Oh. Again, another... Oh. S rank. Okay, whatever. You didn't... Oh, it's level 50.
This beast isn't to be trifled
Let's try.
with.
Let's try. Let's try. Let's try. Let's try. Oh my god. Holy shit. Yeah, okay, no. No, we're not tilting ourselves. Nope. Okay, good to know. Why do we need to like write like 5 paragraphs on just where the fucking location is? Where is it? Okay, that's Dragon's Airy. And then... Oh, what the fuck? That's the Imperial Chase. Oh, there's an entire path like right here. Okay. I mean, I would have gone to it anyways. I would have spotted it. I can only see like Bahamut's circle button being used if like bad guys doing like a charged attack, or if they just like do a bunch of combos on you. Nope, 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 nope.
Careful.
See, there's a whole gate right here. I think this was closed last time. Probably. Oh. Oh, the Croc's up there. Okay. I like the level design actually. I like how this game is not trying to be open world. Instead, they focused on fucking larger areas. They're just like large areas with like big detail in them. It's good. Pretty good. Anyways, no more cheating.
Come on.
Oh, wait, there's an area right here. Okay, Bomb King. Where art thou? Oh, I can see ya. Right there.
Back to the stables, girl.
We're not alone.
B rank. Okay.
Look what we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty.
Oh shit. I don't like Bahamut. I like its abilities. I don't like the circle button.
Let's try.
To me, Blade!
Oh shit. I didn't want to do that.
So, let's try.
Oh. Jesus. It's still going on.
Waken, Gwyn!
No.
No, wait, I wasn't looking at my HP. Okay. Ah, shit, we have to walk there again? Oh. Kinda.
We're not alone.
us or them?
It doesn't have a will bar, I just realized.
Too slow.
I wish it was iframes on that. Might be a good position or something. I guess it's good on the defense.
Nice try. Help me, boy. Help me, boy.
Nice. Okay, I was just like, using the ability and just tanking everything, like that was cool. Bomb Ember, okay.
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. If Hawaii needs more than this, he can fetch it himself.
I mean, the fight wasn't that bad.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Not gonna lie, this game makes me want to play FF14. Give that a try again.
All right there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
It's pretty easy. No biggie.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Alembic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then, let's get this contraption up and running.
Cool.
There we have it.
What is this? Oh, fireplace?
The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
What's it supposed to
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that, huh?
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest leather supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
More potions.
That's the spirit. Leave it with
The
me.
game's already easy enough. What do you mean? The only reason you die is like just careless mistakes. You're just not focused.
Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Ooh, what's this? Increasing consumable. Okay. Nice. Black blood. Inventory increased. Nice. Potion 6. Okay.
Clouds. You'd think the people here had never seen a storm.
Alrighty. So, where to first? Let's go to Rosaria last. Let's go Dalmilkia again. Because I hate desert levels. So let's just get this over with. Oh shit. Did that guy die? Jobu?
Fucking thieving bastards.
What the fuck
As if
happened?
life hadn't been hard enough around here since the fire.
It's this guy.
Sid, your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried? You
No.
haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much
Dude's
about
100%
All
jealous
lies,
of
I'm
Jill.
sure.
you. Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago. Any idea where they went? The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. Now, I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
Because we're
Makes
main
a fair
character.
point, Sid.
Sid.
And you won't have wasted much of
You're
your precious
Clive.
time if you
We're
fail.
the main
They're
character.
just across the courtyard. Suppose we just follow the shouting.
You
wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way.
Huh?
We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
I feel like they already all are. That's like, I don't know. Some adults would argue
Victor,
worse things.
what's he doing here?
Who's this guy again? Who's Victor? Won't tell me? Okay. Primogenesis. Oh. Oh, is that what the thing is? Two continents of storm and ash, over which the Mother Crystals stand timeless. Timeless that is until Sid and his disciples commenced their campaign, bring down Illumo, blah blah. Okay.
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
After it. So, you see my predicament? What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
We'll get the bandits.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Kill their camp. Like,
Well,
the only...
if it were my namesake,
It's in the gameplay. The answer is in the gameplay.
he'd let them choose for themselves. And be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
Aha.
And that would be to pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
Is this how politics
When
work
all that
in
fear
real
and anger
life?
can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along.
What
Or
he
just the
needs to
guards.
say is yes.
Picture it, Conrad. Your own. Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad,
She doesn't
May
use
I
a spear.
introduce
You
you to
fucking
Jane?
okay.
commander of the Red Wings. The oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
Red
pleasure,
Wings
my lady.
suck.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses.
Black
There must be
Hawks,
2
the
score
Maple
swords
Leafs.
assigned each one. Granted, we have a few
Canadians.
boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that
Islanders,
Dalam's finest cannot
Rangers.
defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not.
Huh.
We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
Nice.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a
Same.
reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
What's that supposed to mean? Did it get darker? Or was the cutscene just lighter?
Then
Probably
let us
the latter.
band together and show these brutes that Dalimil is not to be trifled with.
Oh, okay. So the boys become men. That's propaganda. That's how they recruit you to war.
If I had my pickaxe, I would.
I mean, it may still be
They
possible to buy something, and
feed you
we
with
may yet be
lies.
allowed to keep it. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill.
Called himself Lord.
I
Oh,
was
God.
just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably
good play.
are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, We must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
It appears I have no choice but to do what little I can to defend what little we have.
Because they're good looking. Okay, I see.
Mummy, I'm scared.
That's how you convince them.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn
What the
to.
fuck? The light?
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalimil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
Hey, that's why we're here. That's why Clive's here.
I have a favor to ask.
Yes, I'll do it.
I'm told the bandits march in two groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well.
Jill take one side.
Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
Okay, I don't get to choose.
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together.
Huh?
The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalimil, nothing will.
Okay.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
The thing is, do
And it
these
will be
people know
for
how to
us
fight?
see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
Why not have
We'll
Jill
hold them off
be
for
on
as
one
long as we
side?
can.
And
Oh my
we will
God.
do the same.
Because clearly Jill and Clive are like the two strongest. Why not split the power? Okay, whatever. Alright. Are they supposed to be okay? Okay, there they are.
No women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
He's all yours.
They mean to overwhelm us.
I don't know about you. I'm like underwhelmed right now. Oh shit. Oh shit. shit. Frame drops though.
This one.
Ouch.
I'm hurt, Torgal.
Attack me, come on. Ooh, look at that finish. Should probably spend some of our gil.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
We should have split up.
I think. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Oh, the sun's up.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalimil.
We all saved Dalimil.
Oh, they won.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Nice. Cool. All right. I want to head back to the hideaway real quick. Maybe a new weapon.
Trouble with your gear, or what's saying Fordian, do you?
Not yet. Okay.
And?
Alright, nothing. Never mind.
Heard a
bloke saying he saw ghosts on the far side of the wall.
Ghosts? Then a wall won't stop them. I saw it with my own eyes. The whole of Oriflamme under...
Oriflamme's in floods?
I can't do it. I can't.
My lord. Milady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashyyyk, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
This is the same eyes as
Kashyyyk, but
Ultima
different.
because those eyes are pretty creepy, not gonna lie.
Ultima's thralls.
I actually got nightmares.
And what of your mistress? Is she
That's
here?
pretty good design.
No. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
We could leave. The two soldiers were carrying another.
Madame, please! Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days. What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives. Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with them.
Get them drunk.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And
Really?
thought to take matters
We were
into my
too
own
late
hands.
last time.
It was a noble effort. But I thought you might still need some support.
I'd like you to consider my needs.
Or was she being sarcastic?
What we need to consider is where the creatures came from. The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors. You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
There was something about Oriflamme.
My family.
There was a reason why they moved the capital.
Still in the
'Cause
capital.
Oriflamme was like
I'm
the old
sorry.
capital
It's
of
all right.
Sanbreque.
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, they came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed more when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
I assume you have a plan?
Oh, there's waters. Was the water always there? I don't know.
It was all they could do to escape. They just left the bodies there in the flood.
Come on. Fly, Ambrosia.
Ooh, there was like ether everywhere here. The fuck?
Clive, look.
I see.
I see them. With me.
Come on, tuck me, someone. Come on, guys. Come on. Damn, this ability though. Flare breath. Oh, bastard. Oh, I thought you hit me. Never mind.
Should I climb?
Nope.
Save your strength.
Why was he trying here?
Stay down.
What the fuck? Oh. I thought he fell through the world there for a second.
Do you think there are more?
Nope.
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. But whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the ones standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one, and that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
Alright. Now we go to Martha's Rest. Oh, there's a side quest here. Is it worth doing? Well, there's several. Okay. Nah. Let's do this first. Oh shit.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
But all our beds are taken.
Did this town get ransacked? Alright, Martha, what the fuck happened?
It's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by a Kashik. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered. What do you think, Clive?
We'll even the
Will we
odds.
join the fight?
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Alright.
Do you think there were as many as Martha says?
Nah. It's gonna be a piece of cake.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
Piece of cake. I'm betting you New Game Plus has like harder difficulty. Cause like the game is too easy, man. Actually, it's not too easy, it's just, it's too forgiving.
Clive, wounded.
When you die, like some of the health is
We deal with the Akashic
depleted
first.
from a checkpoint. Doggos. That's. Oh, probability.
You're finished.
I hate spiders.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place,
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
how do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men. But how
his
did you come to be here?
brother?
Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he?
His brother,
Take your wounded
uncle,
back to the inn.
I forgot.
Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
Join you anon.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell, the Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift. I will. You two be safe now.
We're coming.
Much more of this.
Gachi Bass. Gachi Base. I don't know which one it is.
My brothers.
Wait.
Are they?
Anything catch your eye?
Nope. Tonic duration, nah. Trash. Nah. Trash. New song for the hideaway. Why
There
not?
you go. Very
I'm
well.
not spending my gold on anything anyways. Might as well.
Mad dogs.
Remember when we were here the first time? Those were the days. Oh.
Torgal.
I know you the men are dying out here, but I got a pet Torgal.
Squire,
Sir
I
Wade.
need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
Sir Wade.
Lord Rossfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
What the fuck? That's a big ass turtle.
We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
So slow. Wait.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Of course, Rosario, the Rosario one, is the most interesting one. Good thing we did this last.
My dogs. I love them.
So where does smoke at?
Fiends try to climb the walls here, too. You can and get me back out there. Founder knows where to be sheltered.
Whoa.
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
To me, boy! To me, boy! To me, boy! Help me, boy! I've heard talk. To me, boy! To me, boy! Not good. To me, boy! Help me, boy! To me, boy! I've heard talk. Thanks, boy.
Whoa.
Something's coming.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, Sir Wade. Shall we?
Definitely feels like a pillar of the soul.
Help me, boy. Too slow. Help me, boy. To me, boy. To me, boy. Come on. To me, boy. Help me, boy. Nice try. To
not semi-prime? I just realized that Clive can only semi-prime. Everyone else can prime, I think. I don't know. Or maybe prime is just short for semi-prime.
Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds. How many of your men were injured? A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rosfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Murdoch.
Oh,
Who's
he
Murdoch?
didn't.
Who's Murdoch?
But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew.
Oh.
Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him.
Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
Huh?
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar.
Quite flattering.
Graham's shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're...
It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
Come to the squire.
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
And the mom that died, I forgot her name. That was kind of tragic.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
This game merits another playthrough, actually.
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least. Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
Alright, back to the hideout. Look at all these unread letters. Alright, Oscar. Oscar. Cool.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Aye. Fancy silks.
Trying to find that place where you. Okay, there it is.
Seems the hideaway is lost.
Pleasant.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Was wondering when you turn up. At ours from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother
Time
crystals.
doesn't actually exist in
The
this game.
nation's still in chaos.
That's why.
And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Talia says your brother's awake.
Oh yeah, right.
Thank you, Otto.
I forgot, Josh was with us.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend.
Yep. And Sylvester was like, nope.
Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
At least we have Bahamut, Phoenix, and Ifrit on our side.
Despite my best efforts.
Right?
18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, it was not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special.
Yeah, what is Ifrit? I
Your
thought it was
abilities
fire.
begin with the flames of Ifrit, but they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
Something about Ifrit? What's wrong with Ifrit?
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind.
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept.
It was probably easier
Is why
for
I
the
struggle.
kid, Ultima on the kid,
Failed
because
to contain him
you
here
know, the
inside
brain
me.
hasn't developed yet.
Sorry, inside you.
So it's probably easier
With
for
every
the kid.
setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua.
Uh-oh.
Clive, it's Gav.
Gav? Oh god, what's going on?
There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Oh shit. Fuck. I'm being overwhelmed right now.
Well, what's the short of it?
I thought Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The City Guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
Midship? Oh shit.
We have to get
It's
them
done.
out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map.
Oh
Look
god,
here.
she's gonna go through some
This
long
road,
ass.
through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
Oh shit?
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
Ah, okay.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
It's been a while.
Brother.
It's been a while, Joshua.
I'll look after him.
Last time we met, you were like this. Ooh. There's more side quests.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid's scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
Seems the hideaway is lost
Oh,
its
blasted
appetite.
book. Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed
The
masterpieces
scorpion
myself.
tail thingies.
Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Well, that's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
What is it, Goots?
Is everything all right, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. I think Nan might be in trouble, and she's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallymill Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing.
I'm a baddie.
She'd
oh God, I can't
never
believe I know
give
that
your
song.
tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own.
We're all gonna die! You hear me?
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just...
Hey.
Hey.
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh,
And just how long hasn't it been one?
we're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? Why would she have
Mididol?
you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something worked is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we? All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others?
What the fuck? Okay, I'm assuming, okay, that's the gear, that's the pan, so it's the arm.
This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track.
Then you have I don't fucking know, the pans.
These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
Oh, it doesn't matter, I guess.
Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh Goots? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn. This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Mididol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
It's not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
We know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. Ah, all finished.
I still ended up doing the work.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Mididol's heirs.
Her heirs?
Yeah, heirs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out
Heirs.
the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
Nope. It's not needed. And he wasn't listening. He's just like, okay, fuck it, I'll just fucking fix it for you dumbasses. Lamau. That's hilarious. Here I thought he was a great teacher.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Oh, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
Oh wow, leveled up. That was worse.
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Ah, Valisthea, A Culinary Pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sandbrequois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the Drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet, in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Seems the hideaway has lost its...
Lady Karen. How's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade, then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait. What exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care. But here you are today, raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
She too smart.
Just asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating. About you selling weapons to brigands.
Are you? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalamil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
Aye, it was.
Unless it's true.
I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course.
Didn't exactly prove her point, but then again, goods could be just paranoid.
What do I owe the honor? So, will it be?
Nothing. Goods.
I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad.
Did you?
But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
Probably scammed them or something,
No,
I don't know.
It's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalamil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
I guess it is. Alrighty. Ooh. We want to go here. Oh, we can't even travel anywhere. Okay, I guess we have no choice then. Damn, look at this. Wait, how do you do photo mode?
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Kandor was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Let's see
Taber
our
isn't far.
chocobos.
We should pick up the pace.
Come on.
To level 4. Hold on. And this does... I low-key want to try this ability. Let's do it. Fuck's Mega Flare. Holy shit. Wait. We gotta save for this. Okay, if I reset this, how much do I get? Okay. Sheesh. Okay, and then we get this. Okay. Alright, let's try that.
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it. The Echoes have a will of their own.
All right. Straight home now.
Test it out.
Don't get surrounded.
I can't turn around. It's pretty underwhelming, honestly. I'll give that one a go. Oh wow, look at that. Let's switch these around. There you go.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
Cool. Cool, so I can just like perma be like this. Oh look. We're in Dhalmekia. There was some side quests here, if I can recall.
You're injured. What happened here? Where are your comrades?
Ether flood. Up ahead. It swallowed our camp while we slept. My own men did this. Turned every last one of them.
Zombies?
There's a village not far from here. Tabor. The people were kind to us. It's only a matter of time before they won't stand a chance. We can't let those monsters reach the...
I'll go. You catch your breath.
Thank you. Our encampment is up ahead. Just off the track. They must not reach Tabor. Forgive me, Lord Kupka.
Kupka?
Rest well, soldier.
Wait, you're saying if I left, he would have just died?
You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Okay.
Let's go.
Faster!
Faster.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go round it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Hold up, we're near a quest. Oh yeah. The encampment.
Good. I got here in time.
someone there? Please, I can't move my leg.
That doesn't sound like an Akashic.
Where? Where? Oh.
You're with the battalion?
I am. I heard the fighting. Are the others?
Taken care of. One of your brothers in arms told me what happened and asked for help.
Another survivor? Where is he? Tell me.
His wounds were too deep.
Why does it say dying?
He was right to send you.
And the other one says wounded. I think that's a
You
bug.
slew are no longer my brothers.
I think it
Tabor
meant to
is
be
safe
the other way
thanks
around.
to you. Here, you've earned it.
This guy's not dying. I think this guy meant to
You
be
seem
wounded.
familiar. Have we met?
You must have me confused with someone else.
Wait. That scar.
Son of a whore. You're Sid. I was there. In Cosmos when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith when you killed my commander.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward! Draw your steel. Lord Kupka
Okay, never mind,
shall
he
be
is dying.
avenged.
Ooh, he can barely stand. Should we? Nah.
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No. I won't be deceived.
Oh, it didn't matter.
Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some
man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you, Sid. Someday.
Okay. It's like Goku. Come back when you're stronger.
You will regret not killing me when you had a chance, Sid. I will avenge my master.
Final Fantasy 16-2.
Quiet.
Nah, I'm good.
Garuda!
Oh, fuck.
Stay down!
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Welcome, travelers. We don't get many visitors here in Tabor.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
The gang's all here. Relax.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yote. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yote and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed Knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
Barnabas. The dominant of Odin, I think.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora? The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce.
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Oh shit.
Distinguished members of the council. You must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Read inside the Mekia.
Very well.
Let's call it Demacia or
My
something.
colleagues, do you not see?
I cannot pronounce half of these cities,
The king.
countries.
He has come to save us from the Akashic. He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough.
Oh. Wait, what the fuck? They all died?
Pathetic creatures.
Holy shit. This guy's strong.
That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city. Her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
What
It
is
is
that?
old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike. His very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominance, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it. Like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Oh.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yode.
Let's find our friends.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Wow. More and more. So that was a lot to take in. Holy shit. But unfortunately it's 3 a.m. so gotta stop it here. So next time will be more of the side quests, and yeah, go to Free Cities for the first time. I don't think we've been there yet, so that'll be kind of cool. Alright, peace.